All right, so this is a suggestion via Discord. The name of the video is Trump's latest warning to Russia. Putin is playing with fire. Yeah, bro, he is. He is. Absolutely. Let's go ahead and check this out immediately.
President Trump is considering new sanctions on Russia as he warns Vladimir Putin over repeated attacks on Ukraine with no peace deal in sight.
Senior White House correspondent Jacqui Heinrich is live with the details. Good morning, Jack.
Good morning to you guys. Putin's lackey, Dmitry Medvedev, who served as the bridge between Putin's presidential terms, has posted an implicit threat as President Trump is weighing these harsh sanctions on Russia. Medvedev writes, regarding Trump's words about Putin playing with fire and really bad things happening to Russia, I only know of one really bad thing, World War III. I hope Trump understands this.
And I literally said this exact thing during yesterday's video, kind of regarding this topic here. Yeah, this is exactly what they're playing with, and they don't even care, right? I'm telling you, they don't care. They already have China in their back pocket, so the first thing that's going to happen is that Russia and China are going to link up along with the other individuals that basically back Russia over the West, that type of thing. They're all going to link up together and say it's the world versus us, right? Specifically at a time where the world is not very happy with us because of all of our tariffs, right? So this is going to be an interesting scenario here. What Russia basically wants us to do is sit back and watch them annihilate a country that cannot literally defend itself. And why are they doing this? Why is Russia going after the Ukraine in the manner that they're doing it? Because guys, listen, the Ukraine understands the concept of democracy, specifically Western democracy, and they also speak a very similar language, if not the exact same language in certain parts, guys, okay? So now imagine if the Ukraine starts promoting media specifically dedicated to the concept of democracy, what do the people of Russia start to hear and see and think and feel? And then all of a sudden, Putin no longer can have a 20-plus year presidency. You get what I'm saying here, guys? Right? There is no more straight authoritarian rule type of thing, guys. So yeah, this is what's going on.
It comes after President Trump expressed frustration that Putin's continuing to stall peace talks while bombarding Ukraine, saying what Putin doesn't realize is if it weren't for me, lots of really bad things would have already happened to Russia. So far, Trump has resisted enacting those sanctions, believing that the peace talks still stand a chance. But he also said Putin has gone, quote, absolutely crazy, warning that if he tries to take all of Ukraine, it will lead to Russia's downfall.
I don't like what Putin is doing, not even a little bit. He's killing people. And something happened to this guy, and I don't like it.
Trump envoy
the problem with that statement is that I've kind of been following the story for a really long time. I would definitely probably call myself a Russia hawk specifically. Not the people of Russia. Obviously, there are no issues with the people of Russia. Generally, the people of any other country, it's not really an issue here. It's generally the government, right? And the problem with that being said here is, we've always known this about Russia. We've always known this about Putin. This has never changed. This is why so many people were kind of up in arms when he was defending him during his first term in the manner that he was.
General Keith Kellogg responded to Medvedev's threat, posting, stoking fears of World War III is an unfortunate, reckless comment by Medvedev and an unfitting of a world power. President Trump is working to stop this war and end the killing. We await receipt of the Russian memorandum term sheet that you promised a week ago. Ceasefire now.
It's not going to happen.
Just now, a Putin aide doubled down, saying, we believe that Trump is not fully informed about Russia, Ukraine's conflict. So far, the Russian response to all of Trump's sanctions that he has been weighing has been to dismiss this as emotional overload and effectively taunt him. But the president's patience does appear to be running thin. The White House, we know, is actively reviewing sanctions options, and already the Senate has a veto-proof bill ready to go that would slap 500% tariffs on any country that buys Russian energy. And you're already hearing from some congressional Republicans say that they are ready to see the Senate act with or without the White House's green light, guys.
Okay. But I heard that Senator Thune was almost relieved to see the president come around to what many people think is Vladimir Putin, an irrational actor who has no interest in ceasefire. So if there's 82 votes already, the only thing holding back the Republicans would be not to make the president look bad or to get ahead of the president's foreign policy, right?
Right.
Well, they don't want to make things potentially worse or harder for the Trump negotiation team. And part of the logic behind the White House's decision to not go forward with these tariffs so far, the president says that, he still thinks there's a chance for peace. And there's always the the chance that putting these sanctions in place could actually harm the negotiations or make things worse. Now, there seems to have been a real change in the president's attitude toward Putin. He often is reticent to criticize him. He thinks that, they've had a long relationship for a long time and believed that he could bring an end to this war and negotiate an end. That has proven to be a very elusive goal. And his commentary over the weekend that something has happened to Putin, he's gone absolutely crazy, is something that,
that didn't
really
help
haven't
the scenario
heard from the president lately. He has often opted to try
Praise
to
him.
keep the sides at the negotiating table.
He praises him often, guys.
And hope that yields a result. But Russia is saying they won't do the peace talks at the Vatican and stalling on handing over this memorandum. Trump is running out of patience here, guys.
Yep, I can understand it. Thanks, Jacqui.
Jacqui. Well, the patients are done because the president, I told people this from the very beginning, just give him a chance to set the deck. He was trying to talk with Putin. Putin said that NATO was a threat to him.
It is.
That everybody wanted World War III, and the president said, okay, I'm gonna give you a clean slate. We're gonna talk this over, and of course, Putin overplayed his hand. And I can report that it's not just sanctions, it's not just tariffs that are being considered by the president. He doesn't like seeing dead kids. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like seeing women.
who does?
And the kidnapping.
They kidnap tens of thousands
He doesn't
of children.
like it. And Putin and all of his allies that are taunting the president,
Yep.
it's not going to work out for you. You should get to the negotiating table. We even tried to give you a new venue, Rome, with a new pope to talk this out, and you still slapped this hand out of the
And
room.
also, it wasn't too long ago. It was May 20th. The president said, we know what they're doing in Russia. We know the capabilities and some of our adversaries and some of our other countries with their nuclear weapons. And they're very close to developing. We've heard they're months away in Iran. So the president said on May 20th, he released this on social media, that he had plans for the Golden Dome. And this would intercept any missiles that come over toward America. Donald Trump said adversaries are quickly modernizing their nuclear forces, capable of attacking the U.S. in 1 hour. They can travel 6,000 miles in 1 hour. Pete Hegseth said if we can build this Golden Dome, it will be designed to protect us from cruise missiles, ballistic missiles, hypersonic missiles, drones, whether conventional or nuclear. The cost is expensive. It's $175 billion. And President Trump says it could be operational in 3 years and 100% successful.
Right. So with the Russia threat, number one.
Guys, I absolutely love the idea of the Golden Dome, right? But the problem is that I would like to see exactly how it's going to be implemented. Like, if it's going to be put into places where it's going to become an eyesore, I can tell you this right now, the average American is going to hate it, right? There's also a lot of, like, eminent domain that's going to have to happen, most likely, because, guys, most of the land in America is owned. So what are we going to do there? Are the people that are going to have their land taken from them, are they going to get a fair market value for their land? There's so many questions here. Because Americans are basically complainers. We complain a gigantic amount about the most mundane and irrelevant things. And I can imagine how the Karens are basically going to come out and be like, hey, listen, this obstructs the view from my veranda. I can imagine this happening, guys.
One, they talk about the Russia in particular retooling their entire economy to be focused on war. So they make howitzers and tanks. So they're not, they as J.D. Vance said last week, they don't know how to get out of this. How do you get out of a war economy that 45% of all your GDP is jobs, steel, making weapons? So what you do is you obviously make an alliance with the United States, and you have an economic alliance with rare earth and other things and begin to demilitarize. He just doesn't see it that way, and he's blowing a golden opportunity. With the Golden Dome, he condemns it. They don't want it. China doesn't want it. North Korea
China
doesn't
definitely
want it.
doesn't.
Because
None
this
of them
would
want it.
block all their weaponry and make them and China start working on space and their own golden domes.
Similar to what they have in
But
Israel.
if you want to stop the nuclear attack, no, they didn't.
Yeah, guys, it would need to be a lot more advanced than what's available in Israel. Guys, first of all, what is the radius of each one of these, I'm guessing, emitters or something? What's the radius of it? That would be the number one thing. And if it could be gigantic, then, maybe we can figure something out here, guys. But in a society where people absolutely hate the concept of overreach and the concept of feel like they're being spied on, this would be the ultimate spy. Okay, I just want you guys to know this right now. Something like this would be the ultimate spy. But either way,
That would be one way to do it. The other thing is going to cost $25 billion initially, and they say up to $750 billion over the course of 5 to 10
I know you
years.
need to get to the political story, but I think the main thing in this Golden Dome, there's a lot there, I know, but the drone technology. We are so behind when it comes to the drone technology.
We're losing.
And we've learned a lot from the conflict between Russia and Ukraine, and we need that technology here. We're not ready for drone attacks. We got stuff floating in the sky and all that, and we don't know where it's coming from. This could help us modernize.
So we could only make about 100,000 a year. Give you an idea, Ukraine makes 2.2 million. So the 90% of drones come from China. We came up with that idea. It was Donald Rumsfeld who said, why don't we put a Hellfire missile on one of those drones? And that was us when the early portions of the Afghanistan war. And we just allowed other people to get ahead of us. And we say, if China could do it cheaper, let's buy it from China. What were they thinking? This morning, tempers flaring.
All right, guys, we're kind of moving into a brand new topic here. But here's the thing. When it comes to drone technology, guys, I am a Part 107 license holder. I have a drone license to fly legally, okay? Gigantic drones, et cetera, et cetera. So here's the problem. We don't make drones. Like, he's not wrong here. And the drone companies that are basically being created in the United States of America, they are nothing in comparison to what's actually coming out of specifically China, specifically DJI. Autel is actually not bad also in terms of a drone company. Again, another Chinese company. But yeah, they're crushing it in drone technology. I want to see a consumer level drone or like a professional consumer level drone come out to the market. Let's say around $5,000 to $10,000. That basically removes all of the hobbyists, let's say. But if we can actually do something like that, listen. To hold, I have no idea the weight of these things that need to basically be carried. But guys, some of these drones that are out here right now, specifically coming from DJI, can carry a person. Okay, they can carry a person. Easy. Like, I mean, hold on to the bottom and let it lift you up and you fly at 60 miles an hour, that type of thing. These drones are available right now. We definitely need to work on that. And I definitely would not say that we need to invest a gigantic amount of money. No, we do. We need to invest a gigantic amount of money in drones, but the drones that would be probably used for some type of military implement would need to probably be a lot less. They don't have to be overpriced. But knowing the federal government, they're going to charge $10,000 for something that China basically is making and selling for $350. DJI Mini 3 or something. Most likely, that's really what's needed. Again, I have no idea the weight of these things, but just so you understand that they're pretty much cheap. And we're definitely not going to be able to manufacture them at that cost. So let's say a price difference of maybe $1,000 to the government. But again, they're not going to charge that because they charge like nails and chairs, $10,000 type of thing. I'm not a fan of WW3, and I'm also not a fan of even speaking about it or even posturing in the matter, guys. I mean, there are going to be a lot of people who get rich off of it. Those who have the means are absolutely just going to leave the United States of America and go to a place where this is not happening because that's what they're going to do. And there are going to be a lot of people specifically in the United States of America that are going to be affected, guys. Now, the thing is, we have not really fought any serious battles here in a very, very long, hundreds of years, guys. We have not fought any serious battles here. People have forgotten. People have gotten complacent. The rest of the world absolutely has always been in the line of fire. And if we go off of the trend, WW3 would be fought, let's say, in Europe. And then we're going to have to rebuild Europe again. Okay. Again. Remember that tariff situation that we were stuck in, guys? You know why we're stuck in it? Is because we had to basically rebuild them and say, hey, listen, if we're going to go ahead and pay you for selling things in your country, large scale, that type of thing, guys. All right. So we already have had, we've had a lot of issues here. And again, I'm not a fan of WW3. I'm not sure anyone that's sitting here, in the gigantic year of 2025, would be even happy to encounter such a thing. All right, don't be, guys. But again, there will be a lot of people making money, and that's generally how I look at these things. Right? It's always something for someone to make some type of money, a copious amount of money. That's it. That's it. And then people are going to see that this company is winning, they're public, and then people are going to dump their money into there. And then they're going to get rich. That rich get richer no matter what happens to the regular common people, guys, right? But is Putin playing with fire? That statement in itself is absolutely disgusting. Not Trump's statement here, but the statement of threatening and posturing about World War WW3, guys. All right, not a fan. But all right, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'll respond to as many of you guys as humanly possible. All right.